back live again, man. It's DarienSwish. Appreciate
Yo,
y'all for tuning back in. We got a special guest on here, an unfamiliar face. Can you tell them who you are?
yeah, man. Y'all already know who it is, man. My name Tay Capone, man. Tay 600, formerly known. Y'all know how y'all rocking.
All right, man. Like Eric, most people know where you from. Everybody know you from Chicago, but
Yeah,
tell us what exact area you from
I'm
in
from Chi-
Chicago.
in Chicago, actually, what's so crazy, I'm gonna say I'm from two areas.
Mm-hmm.
I was born on the low end of Chicago. Everybody should have some type of project roots. I'm actually from the projects 4429 Robert Taylor, born. They knocked my projects down. We migrated a little further south, and we came. I ended up in my hood where I was always at, really, but I ended up in my hood on through the hood, 60th and King Drive. That's where 600 at. All through my hood though, from the front, that used to be called Dipset on Indiana and all that, Gresham, all through there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just
Yeah.
my hood is. I've been there my whole life, but I'm from 60th and King Drive, Calumet.
Okay. So we know about how it was in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Y'all was really going up. Chicago was the main thing when it came to music and just the internet, honestly.
Yeah.
But for you, tell me what 2009, 2010 was like for you.
Um, two, 2009, 2010. I'll go to 2009 first.
Mm-hmm.
2009 was kind of like the beginning of the end. Really, I ain't gonna lie. Like, not to say it like that, but it was kind of like the start of something that we wouldn't know that was coming, but we understood like when it came how serious it was. Like 2009 was kind of like the beginning of the shootings, and when it went from fighting to shooting, and when it went from just having little cliques and groups to being in the gang. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's when it was like when we kind of went from like we had the last of our innocence robbed in like 2009. You know what I'm saying? 2010, I want to say my innocence was robbed, but I was kind of still like wet behind the ears because I was young. 2010, I probably was 2009, 2010, I was probably like 12, gonna be 13 or 11, gonna be 12, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, like, well, no, 2009, I was probably like 13, yeah, something like that. You feel me? But just or turning 13, but still wet behind the ears learning. You know what I'm saying? So it
Mm-hmm.
was a learning curve of 2009, 2010, where you had to go from fighting to shooting and seeing your homies losing fights or getting a black eye or something into like actually having gunshot wounds and going to like mount the trauma units and being in the hospital and seeing your people's hurt. That was kind of what 2009 2010 was like, the opening to everything we was going to experience a lot more.
It was the opening. So maybe I should have asked what it was 2007, 2008 like, because that's what
Oh,
I'm. What was like the where y'all didn't know what was going down.
see,
Like
them the
what
years
was
I
that
missed
like?
the most, man, because like that was just when you just get up, worry about going to school and passing class, and even back
Yeah.
then, the little girls, we worried about them, but at the same token, it was just like that was it. Even with guys, because it's always, even when you're not in the streets, you always got some little haters or people niggas you don't like shit like that. But even when you had the haters, you feel me? Like we wake up, we got little guys in the class hating on us and stuff like that, but that was
Mm-hmm.
just what came with being somebody even in your section. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like in 2007, 2008, it was just like it was about school. It was about the little girls. It was about regular stuff. You feel me? Like even the
Mm-hmm.
guys who I knew at that point in time, like D Rose and them, and like people, we was all innocent. We was all waking up, playing the game, going to each other's houses, just chilling, and not even thinking about drugs yet, or we was just innocent. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
those type of days, them the last days that I remember even not worrying about like things that I worry about every day, all day now. Like it was just them at them times, these problems or these situations and circumstances just didn't exist.
Right. So, you know, around that time of 2009, 2010 that I was asking about, I remember I kept seeing a lot of videos of like a lot of Washington Nationals hats, the red hats.
Yeah.
And I seen you got a pendant of the Washington Nationals. And
Yeah.
I know that's Welch World.
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell anybody that doesn't know what is Welch World?
I mean, well, first of all, that W, it mean a lot of different things. You feel me? Welch World, they use the W. You feel me? But also niggas that's really from Woodlawn, a Woodlawn area in our city, they use the W. Like a lot of niggas from 4-6 or 4-4, like that was really around them areas back then, back in the day, 2007, 8, they used the Washington Nationals W. It's a lot of people, like my homie, I got him tatted on my hand. WAP, you feel me? That's a whole nother, you feel me, reason for the W. You know, like the W mean a lot coming from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I used it just because it made a lot of sense, you know, rather just than having a pendant that only mean one thing. You could have a pendant that, you know, represent multiple things. But, you know, Welch World is just, you know, a hood, you know, just like any other hood in the wreck, you know, from down low end, they standing on business. Big bro Welch got killed, you know, they was so icy, and they, you know, they turned that into Welch World, and they dub club for dub, you know, like WWDC for them standing on that business though.
Did you actually listen to I know it was Buck 20, what was it, Buck 20 Brick Boys?
Yeah, them my cousins. Them my cousins, folks. I ain't gonna lie, like the one that was the
you related to him?
Yeah, the one that was the lead rapper, Dot F Dot, that's my blood cousin. I talk to folks every day.
I was gonna ask you about that if you still had any connections with them at all, like if you did have any connections, because I know they was tied to the same person you was.
Yeah, no, it's definitely connections there, for it's, you know, too much blood for a napkin, for keep connections to the people that I gotta keep connections to, for exposed to, like that shit really family, for like that ain't even no gang shit, like that's really like my people, my family, like my real peoples, folks. So it's like with that, like even whether you say like people seen me claim that shit, like I ain't never claimed Welch World, for like I was down there on they block with them, for you know that Welch was my big brother too, because that's my cousin, best friend. Like I never claimed Welch World like that was my hood, or like I claimed 600, you feel me? But it's just like a nigga, say for instance, if you was from, you could be from where you from now. You don't even have to be, you know, from our city. But if you knew L.A. Capone personally, folks, and you had a relationship with L.A. Capone, and you wanted to say, I'm L.A. gang, that don't mean you 600. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
That mean that you represent, that mean that you fuck with L.A. hard enough to the point where you represent that, and you moving and you going about your business as L.A. gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, Welch was just a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was a real big bro to me, folk. He was like, I was young when he was around, folk. He was real nice to me, folk, thorough, showed me shit, you know, like it was just like one of those, folks. Like, so when, like, and that was my big cousin who I always used to flock under when I was a shorty. That was his best friend. Like, so him and all his friends, folks, they was like big brothers to me. Like, so it's like with that situation, it's like I never claimed more than one hood. I always been from one place, folks, but I got love for niggas all over the city, folks. So, you know, like certain niggas, like I don't like if a motherfucker say, oh, I love J Money, but I ain't O Block. You know what I'm saying? Like but if whatever they get, whatever block they got behind J Money, I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever block it is, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I'm rocking behind him. That's how I'm rocking. We had a couple niggas from different hoods like that. You feel me? So that's really how it be.
So what about like? I mean, you kind of actually answered the question. You said like that was just one of your homies. That was one of your friends. But it's somebody else. It's somebody else that reps Welch World real heavy. I know you know what I'm talking about, and that's Billionaire Black. Welch World. And all I wanted to ask is, have y'all ever been around, or have y'all ever been close at some point? Because y'all got the same connection to friend. He wrote.
I mean, yeah, hell yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Yeah. I know Black before all this shit. You feel me? Like, he was another nigga, like I say, this is my big cousin's best friends. You know, these niggas all a little older than me before, but they was my big cousin, these niggas, they age, you know what I'm saying? So they was hanging around, like, you know, Billionaire was part of Buck 20. He was a part of Buck 22. Like, what I said, that was my cousin. F Dot was like the lead rapper because he was the best. And then there was Chopper, which is F Dot little brother, who also is my cousin. And then there was Billionaire Black. Billionaire Black was the third one in the group. And he, because like all the ties that I know, I always knew him from back then, you know what I'm saying? I definitely used to see him around and been in close contact with him plenty of times. You feel me? Before street shit went even starting to play, or before he started fucking with, you know, the niggas who was my ops.
Right. Okay, yeah, that's all I wanted to really ask about Welch World, man. I just wanted to get that cleared up because I know a lot of your fans, they want to know.